accomplished. We got Paulie Malignaggi fired on his day off. New media, we are the new wave. It's out with the old and in with the new. We control the narrative. Split Decision 47 is out.
You know, I listen to a lot of things and a lot of different people because I respect people's views. I respect it, doesn't mean I agree with it. But some things are really taken for granted. A lot of people reach, a lot of people exaggerate, a lot of people straight out, flat out lie. He's saying, oh, we got Paulie Malignaggi out because you're new media. No, you did not. Paulie Malignaggi got himself out. Okay? And you can't give credit to new media, the LDBC, or anybody that had anything to do with any, I repeat, any of those platforms. Okay, old media, new media. How about true media? See, I didn't really necessarily care how he explained it. Oh, in with the, out with the old, in with the new. This is new media. We control the narratives. That does not sound right all by itself. You control the narratives? How about you just report the news? You know, narratives are stories. Okay, that does not mean it's true. You said a handful with only a few words. We control the narratives. We got Paulie Malignaggi fired. We are new media. No. I get that you're happy that Paulie Malignaggi's out because Paulie went against what you guys' narrative is. You guys are fans of Deontay Wilder. Nothing's wrong with that. But your narrative is another guy had to cheat in order for him to be beat. And we know a guy with that type of gift on top of that type of inexperience, that can happen to. His gift didn't work the way it's supposed to that night. That was pretty much it. Everything else was right on par. I mean, you know, he got hit with some shots that because he didn't land his own, we seen the result. Nothing more, nothing less. You know, now we could talk about sports and training and, you know, and practice and strategy and all this. But Paulie Malignaggi, because this is what the subject's about. Paulie Malignaggi, his ego, his pride, allowed him to not get his job back. All Showtime wanted him to do was apologize. Now get this. A lot of people think about Manny Pacquiao. Think about Manny Pacquiao. Did they say, hey, Manny Pacquiao, we want you to apologize? No, they just cut him from Nike. They cut him off completely. Paulie had a choice, and he refused not to. So not only did they give him another, they gave him another opportunity, he just didn't take it. They gave him once. They gave him twice. And then after that, okay, we can't do anything for you. So if anything, I feel that Showtime tried to protect Paulie, and all they wanted him to do is apologize for the shitty things that he said, and then they'll be okay with it to allow him back on their network to commentate, regardless of what he said. Now, if I may, if that's not any type of white privilege, I don't know what is. You know, because again, look at Manny Pacquiao. Perfect example. He's not black, so I'm not going to go with the white-black thing. I'm going with, hey, complexion for the collection for the connection, right? You know, so that even wasn't good enough for Paulie. Because everyone, though, at the end of the day, draws their line in the sand. And Showtime drew it. And Paulie crossed it. You know, but it shows you that certain people, okay, if you're Italian, Jewish, Irish, whatever, certain people have privileges, right, over other people. That's the example. That's the point. But back to these guys with the LDBC, they didn't do anything. Paulie did. Paulie had his own career in his hands and he decided to drop it by his own hand. Okay? And speaking of Wilder fans, LDBC, etc., Wilder tried to get Paulie Malignaggi fired. If you guys can remember, he even tried, and guess what? He didn't do it. So again, these narratives keep spinning into play, and I know what they're trying to create. They're trying to create of movement, of force, power. They're trying to make this come alive. And in fact, they're doing everything but that. They're just talking a bunch of shit at the end of the day, because Deontay Wilder had nothing to do with Paulie Malignaggi. It's not like Deontay wanted to get him fired and then Showtime took that into account. And then they said, well, you're already messed up with Deontay wanting to fight. No. It wasn't like that. This had nothing to do with Deontay Wilder. None of his influence had anything to do with it. Okay? It had everything to do with the comments of Paulie Malignaggi and how tactless they were. Okay? But it showed you the arrogance that he thought he had, that he could say that and not have to apologize or not get fired. So it's surprising, but not really. Okay? And I would go for Larry Merchant, because basically that's some Larry Merchant shit. Larry Merchant said the same thing. The only difference is he's retired and he no longer works with HBO. HBO doesn't even have sports like that, especially boxing, let alone. So he felt the same way. And then on top of that, he put the cherry on top because he was bragging about it. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. Okay, that's dumb. An American fighter was beaten by a British fighter. But you bring up race. You were exactly what Dante's Boxing Nation was talking about. Now, Paulie Malignaggi, I know he said some things they didn't like, so they went after him. I get it. But make no mistake about it. I understand that they're glad that he's out. He's done with Showtime. They don't have to hear him run his mouth 1,000 miles an hour. But at the end of the day, they didn't do anything to help anything. Paulie Malignaggi just put his foot in his mouth. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this particular video. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.